Hey everybody, so I believe that we should be live on YouTube. So I'm really excited about this because I can see you all in the comments already. So thank you so much for being here. I'm joined by the lovely Jake Bartlett from channel Jake in Motion. Is your channel called Jake in Motion? Is that
It is. You got it
right?
right.
Yeah, so we're here today to celebrate the launch, the official launch of the Motion Hatch YouTube channel. So we're going to talk a bit more about, I guess, why it's the official launch later. But yeah, let's just play our brand new intro, which I'm really excited to play you all. And the lovely Ivan Miguel made this for us. So if he's here in the chat, give him a high five because he totally deserves it because he worked very hard on it. So let's play the intro and we'll be back in just a sec. Awesome, awesome. It's very short
There
because,
we go.
we're on YouTube. So, oh, someone says my volume's a bit low. So let's crank this up. How's that, everybody? Cool. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Should we just let's see who's in the chat because I like to see who I'm talking to. So we've got Rose the Goat. Yeah, another good YouTube channel. We've also got Fort Atelier and we've got Ashley Robinson. Ivan is in the chat. Erica, loads of people. John, who will be featured on an upcoming video. So there you go, everyone. Sneak peek. Obviously, Jake's in there too. So yeah, I'll introduce myself, then I'll let Jake go for it before we get too far into this one. So I'm Haley. I am the founder of Motion Hatch, and we have been doing a podcast for the past 4 years, and now we are just getting into YouTube, and we've sort of had a channel, I guess, the whole time, but we haven't been concentrating on it. So now, though, we're going to bring you weekly videos focused on the business side of motion design. So I am super excited about that. We've also got a website at motionhatch.com with lots of courses and things like that to help you with your businesses and career. So thank you everyone for being here. Jake, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I don't have nearly as much to say. You've got a lot more going on than me, but I'm Jake Bartlett. I am a motion designer and I've been teaching motion design for about 8 years now online. And I've had a YouTube channel for, I think, close to 4 years at this point. But I haven't done a whole ton with it until recently. And I'm sure we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But I primarily teach After Effects. I'm getting a little bit into Cinema 4D, so that might come along down the line in the future. But yeah, just happy to be here and help Haley out launching her weekly endeavor on YouTube, which is a big deal. I know how big a deal it is because I'm trying to do it too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I thought I'd bring you on as a co-host because I feel like you're perfect as a co-host because you understand what it's
Yeah.
like to launch a YouTube channel. So we're going to go into that a little bit. But I was really impressed by you're doing like daily videos recently, right? That's pretty crazy. So
Yeah, it's a big undertaking, but they're short,
yeah,
mostly.
so yeah, well, you should like stick your link to your YouTube channel in the chat as well, and everyone should
Yeah.
also go and subscribe to Jake in Motion as well as obviously the Motion Hatch channel because that's what we're here to celebrate today. So I'm just going to give you a little run through of what we're going to do today on this live. So thank you everybody for being here. We are going to give away some prizes because I love a good giveaway. So we've been running a giveaway on our social media platforms this week. So we already have 2 winners from that giveaway, but we don't just have that giveaway, everybody. We've got stuff to give away on the live as well. So you need to be engaging with us in the chat because there's a prize for that. So we're going to give a hold frame workshop away for the most engaged person in the chat. So, make sure you're putting some good stuff in the chat. And also, we're going to give away another whole frame workshop from School of Motion. School of Motion and whole frame. I don't know how it is. Maybe Kyle can clear that up for us. How I'm supposed to be referring to it. But we're going to give away another whole frame workshop for the best topic idea. So I want to hear from you in the chat. about what topics you would like us to cover on the Motion Hatch YouTube channel. And then we'll pick the best one that we like and we'll give you a workshop. So I think that's pretty cool. And then also, what we're going to do is give away a place in our course Client Quest to a random commenter. And what do I mean by that? I mean that we're going to go through all our videos on Monday and we're going to put everybody in the hat who comments on the videos that we've released today, which I'm going to talk a bit more about in a minute. And then we're going to pick someone randomly and we're going to give them a place in our course. So that's really exciting. And then also what we want you to do is obviously we want to share that we've just launched our channel. So if you share one of our videos or you share about our launch before Monday, we're going to pick one person to win a pro subscription to the Calvary app. So I'm pretty excited about this because they have just done a new release. I don't know whether you know this, Jake, but they've just released their version 1.2 and they've got 60 new features and they've got a free, completely free starter version now. So you can get on there.
Yes.
So
I
that's
just
pretty
read about
exciting.
that, and cavalry's been on my radar for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I should probably start to learn that
Yeah.
because I kind of have a YouTube channel teaching motion design, so and now I have no excuse. It's completely free to test it out and learn it, so I got to get on that train.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. And they're really, really awesome, the people that run Cavalry. And I think they're really cool. So you should go and check it out because, you know, it's always good to have more free 2D motion applications out there. I think it's really good for the industry because it means that
Absolutely.
everybody is pushing each other a little bit more and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, so Kyle's saying whole frame's now part of school motion, but yes, it's kind of its own thing. The workshop's alive on the SOM site. Thanks, Kyle, for giving us a bit of a run. I just feel like I'm never like referring to the right things. So yeah. So anyway, to round it up, we got a load of prizes to give you all, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, and we've got the lovely Brendan in the chat as well, popping some links in there for you, so you know what we're talking about. Because it's kind of hard to talk and do the chat at the same time. So I appreciate you,
Yeah.
Brendan. Thanks for being in the chat. Cool. Okay. So let's. I guess I was gonna talk about, you know, going into what's making a channel and stuff, but I kind of feel like I want to talk about the videos we've released first. So I'm going to talk about that just to get it out of the
Yeah.
way so you all know what's going on. And then we can kind of like talk a bit more about the behind the scenes and stuff. So cool. So yeah, what we've done today is we've launched 3 brand new videos, and it's pretty crazy how much, you know, work it is to put out 3 videos. But basically, one is about pricing motion design that I've done, which is more like, I guess, what I'm calling an original video. I know why I'm doing this. Original. It means that it's not content taken from elsewhere. And then the other video is a highlights reel, I guess, like a highlight from the podcast that we did with Brad Hussey, which is really good. It's about using productized services in your motion design business. So it's kind of, I would call this quite an advanced way of pricing and something that I haven't seen a lot of motion designers do. So if you're interested in that, it's definitely a new thing that I feel like a lot of people could take advantage of. Then I would check out that video. And then the final video is we had the lovely guest, Jenny. I want to say her second name, but I can't pronounce it very well. So I'm going to just let you go and watch the video. And you should go and follow her YouTube channel as well because she's awesome. And yeah, and that one is about managing motion design projects too. So I kind of wanted to release 3 videos today because I wanted to give you a flavor of what's to come and you know what kind of content that you can see on the Motion Hatch channel. And then if you like it, you should subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can see every week our videos that we're bringing to you. So we've got some exciting stuff coming up too. Like next week, we're doing a video about client horror stories because obviously it's nearly Halloween. So I feel like that's a given. Like
Yes.
we had to do that video, right? It's
Perfect
like
timing.
we have to.
Haley, sorry to interrupt, but there
Yeah, go
are
on.
a number of people that are saying that your audio is still pretty low compared to
Oh
mine.
no. Let me try and turn it up one sec.
There's so many technical difficulties with coordinating Skype calls and
I
live
know, yeah.
streams. So
At least we're still
bear
live.
with us.
Touch wood, touch wood.
Yeah.
Cool. How's that, everybody? I hope you could hear me talking about all the good prizes and stuff. You just have to like turn me up. Cool. Okay.
I can hear you great, but I guess it sounds different on YouTube.
Yeah, I put my mouth closer and I've really like put it up a lot, so I'm hoping that helps. Carl says
Kyle
that.
says I should just
Yeah,
whisper.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Some
just
ASMR
love calling
from
out
Jake.
Kyle on this live stream. It's almost like he should be in it. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell everyone what's going on, but basically all you need to do is go to the homepage of the Motion Hatch YouTube channel, hit subscribe, watch the latest 3 videos, and then you'll be all set and everyone will be happy. Isn't that right, Jake?
That's exactly right. And let me just follow that up with I know how hard it is to make those videos, so I congratulate you on having 3 to launch on this launch day.
Yes.
That's a big feat.
And I've had a lot of help as well. Obviously, from Brendan in the chat, he has a lovely company called Be More Media, and he edits the videos for me. So thank you to Brendan. I feel like I need to give everyone a shout out. Ivan gets a shout out for doing the graphics. Brendan gets a shout out. The rest of the Motion Hatch team get a shout out for sharing it everywhere and just being awesome. So yeah, I've had a lot of help too, but it has been a busy few weeks, let's just say that. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, should we talk a bit about, I guess, like well, I'd love to hear from you as well, like how, because I know you were doing your YouTube channel before, but then now you started up again as well. It's kind of relates to my story a little bit because I feel like that's also what I did. So why did you do that?
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, for those of you who don't know, I've been teaching on Skillshare for like the last 8 years, and that's where I built my presence online before I had one. That's where I started. That's where everybody that knew anything that I made was coming from Skillshare. Excuse me. And Skillshare is a platform where pretty much the only requirement is that your class has to be project based. So I have to give the students something that they can actually make throughout the teaching. And every now and then I would come up with an idea that didn't necessarily have a specific application. And early on in YouTube, it was expressions. It was like, I want people to understand this expression because of all the things that it opens up. And there wasn't that much of a project-based course for a single expression. And I was like, you know what? I should probably just start a YouTube channel. And the person who actually encouraged me to do it was Matt from Mount Mograph. And he gave me some great advice because YouTube is a platform that obviously millions and millions and millions of people are using. So there's a very wide audience. It doesn't cost anything, and for me or for the viewer, and I can basically use that as a platform to promote whatever I want, whether it's something that I'm doing for School of Motion, if it's one of my own Skillshare classes, or whatever it is. It's a platform that I can say what I want, and I love teaching, so the intrigue of being able to reach more people because it is a free platform was very enticing as well. So I finally made the jump into launching the YouTube channel, and I was really excited about it. I made like 5 or 6 tutorials pretty quickly, and then I stopped for like a year and a half. And then I decided to put one more tutorial up, and it was there for like another year and a half. I think it was over 2 years between my last tutorial and the start of this second phase of YouTube for me, which has been the effects of After Effects. And the reason why I had such a long break was because, well, for one, I had a second child, and my the entire reason that I do work the way that I do is because I want to have my priorities as my family first. So everything has come secondary to that. But Skillshare is really where I was making all of my money. Not all of it, but the majority of my income was coming from Skillshare. And so that's where I was putting most of my energy. Everything that went to YouTube was making me no money. I had no ads turned on. I was kind of looking at it as a way to just get people to Skillshare. But over the course of those couple of years of it just sitting there, I got like 45,000 subscribers from just a handful of tutorials.
Yeah,
And so,
that's amazing. Can I just say that's
yeah, thank
incredible?
you.
That's awesome.
I mean, every now and then I would look back and I'm like, whoa, I've got like 5,000 more subscribers than the last time I looked. And it was just sitting there dormant. Like I just had a few Duic tutorials that were clearly that's what people are looking for because those are my two most popular videos. But also the expressions ones, I mean, people were commenting this whole time. There was never a period of silence from the people watching the videos. It was just nothing from me. and and so I looked at my channel as like, you know what, I've already crossed a pretty big threshold for most people getting into YouTube of getting your first 10,000 subscribers. And I'm a pretty avid YouTube watcher myself. I follow a lot of content creators from woodworkers to just lifestyle bloggers to other motion designers. And it's always seemed fun, you know, seeing that silver play button behind them. I'm like, you know,
Yes.
that would be so cool if I could actually get to that uh, and be part of this YouTube world. And so I was starting to strategize on like, what could I do to start this up again and turn it into something that I could justify basically. Because like I said,
Mhm.
where I was making my income was Skillshare and things that people are paying for. And so I started watching a lot of people who are making a living on YouTube and giving advice on how to start making money on YouTube. And that probably near the end of last year is when I started realizing ads is one way to make money,
Yeah.
but sponsorships is another way. And there are other, you know, Patreon, and there's all these different things that I never really considered as ways to bring in some more income from YouTube. And so I had this idea. I was like, you know what? Nobody's ever just sat down and explained every single effect in After Effects. I was like, I don't know why. I bet Ben Marriott's going to do that if I don't do it quick.
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
uh,
love Ben as well. I wish Ben could be
yeah,
here, but it's
I know
like,
he's killing it on YouTube.
yeah, it's a bit of an odd time for him. He's probably asleep right now. But
Yeah, yeah. I think he gets up when I'm like ending my day.
yeah, yeah,
uh,
exactly.
but yeah, he's fantastic. But I was literally I was like searching YouTube. I was like, why? There's nobody who's ever done this. There was one other user who did a series called Every Effect Explained, but it was very much an overview of every like effect category. And I was like, no, I'm going to make the After Effects user guide in video form. And so that's what I set out to do. And after I got the idea a little bit more developed, I was like, you know what? To make this really successful, I should probably do them daily.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of them might not take long to explain, like the fill effect. I can probably explain that in a couple minutes. Like it's not if that, like I could probably explain it in 60 seconds. So I went into it with that kind of mindset of it probably wouldn't take too long. If I get myself enough of a buffer before I start posting them, I should be able to stay on top of it. And so I started with, I think, 30 banked videos lined up to publish. And currently today, I think I'm 3 days ahead. So it's caught up to me, and the effects that I'm getting to are now less and less used, and I know less and less about them. But it's been a lot of fun to be able to learn a lot about certain effects that I've never even touched, and I've just gotten incredible feedback from it. I think I have around 85 days in now, and I just yesterday crossed the halfway point of recording half of these effects. And I think I've gained about 9,500 subscribers since starting. So I think it's working. I've gotten a couple of sponsorships already, which is fantastic. And it's gotten me really excited about what YouTube's going to be for me in the future. And being surrounded with other people like Ben and you and School of Motion, obviously, it's just fun to be able to build a community with a different audience because I feel like everybody on, not everybody, but the majority of people on YouTube are not the majority of people who are on Skillshare. And so it's just a different
Mm.
audience to be able to tap into and to be able to kind of cross promote and get to know what kind of stuff works well on YouTube versus Skillshare. So it's very new and exciting, and that's kind of where I am right now.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I think one of the things for me as well is you talked about audience and stuff there. What? Because I was obviously doing a podcast for a while. Well, still am. I mean, we've yet to put the 100th episode out, but we will. We will
Mm.
very soon. We've recorded up to 99, so I just need to compile episode 100. So that's really exciting. But the thing about that is, I kind of felt like, okay, with the podcast, I was like, I want to do this really well. So I'm not going to sort of muddy the water too much and try and do the channel and the podcast at the same time. And yeah, we might pick up the podcast again next year, but after we've like sort of got a system going for YouTube, you know, and we've figured it out. But definitely, I think for me, why I really wanted to go, you know, all in on YouTube as well is because I agree with you
Mhm.
about the audience. I do think that there's different people here on
Right.
YouTube, and I really want to reach them and I want to help them too, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
and also a bigger audience. Like, let's be honest, like I
Oh,
I
massive.
I do have hopes of also getting that silver play button. And I
Yeah.
think I did say, I've said a couple of times, and maybe I'll say it again. I don't know. I kind of want to get it within 1 year. That's crazy. But I feel like if I set myself that goal, I'll hopefully might have a chance of getting there. Whereas I feel like if
Absolutely.
I don't set that goal, then I won't get there. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
I it does, and I'm the same type of person. I should probably set that goal for myself too. But I'm very motivated by that kind of goal based progress. I did a sales job in college, and there were constantly incentives, and those always motivated me to like. I was like, yeah, I want to win that incentive. I'm gonna sell this many knives, because it was a knife salesman. Um, but yeah, I think setting those personal goals, even if they like make them unrealistic, like it doesn't matter. You're gonna push yourself further than you would have had you not set those goals. So that's I'm 100% on board with that theory.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I would say let's have a race, but you're already way ahead of me, so I don't want to do that because you're like
Well,
you're
we'll see, I guess. I would not be surprised. You've got so actually, let me speak to that because there was a pretty crazy boost right at the beginning. I had a thousand subscribers, I think, within the first 48 hours because
mm-hmm.
at the time I had like 40,000 people.
Oh,
So
okay. So you're saying
I obviously like getting 1,000 subscribers is a big deal, but there's like these milestones, and from what I've heard from other YouTubers, every milestone gets easier. So like I
mm-hmm.
made it to 10,000, and now I'm working on my way to. I mean, I just crossed 50,000, but in my mind, 100,000 is the next milestone, and
Mm-hmm.
after because you get the silver play button. After
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
it's like I've been trying to categorize all these different YouTube channels in our industry, and I haven't found a single person who solely teaches After Effects and has 1 million subscribers. So I think that's a little unrealistic,
Mm.
but there are a few who do, editing and Photoshop, and I mean they'll mix in things, and they have grown past 1 million. So there's definitely a lot of people in our industry who are following YouTubers putting together this kind of educational content.
Yeah, and I like to think that motion design, like as an industry, is growing too, right? So I think
Oh yeah.
hopefully more people are coming to the industry as well. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I have thought about that too. Yeah, so I think let's like have a little see who's in the chat. I feel like we should do some. Oh, I just had an error, but I don't think it's for the live, so that's good. Hopefully, everyone can still see us. Cool. Yeah. So yes, thank you for reminding me, Brendan, as well. Brendan saying in the chat, if you haven't already, make sure you do hit subscribe on the Motion Hatch YouTube channel and go over there to Jake's too and do it too, obviously, because that means that you're going to get notified when we release videos, and we're working very hard to make these videos really awesome for you. And like Jake said, he's also doing daily After Effects videos too. So, you know, if you want weekly business videos, you've got to subscribe to Motion Hatch. If you want those daily After Effects videos, you've got to go to Jake in Motion. So just so you know, we're all clear here. You should definitely do that because, like we said, we want to get those silver play buttons. We
Yes,
want
help
to,
us get our silver
yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
buttons.
It's thrilling and exciting as that. I really want to do that. I want to help the
Yeah,
most people possible, and why wouldn't you? You don't go out there and make a YouTube channel because you don't want to inform people and educate people and also entertain them as well, which is kind of like the fun side thing that I didn't realize.
yeah, exactly.
Cool. So should we announce some prizes and stuff? Because I feel like we've been going on a rant a little bit, and maybe people want some prizes. You know, they want some
Yeah,
prizes.
prizes are
So
exciting.
let's go with announcing the ones that we've already done already. So this was from, we did a little giveaway on our socials. So if you saw on Monday, we posted the channel teaser, and we also we posted on Twitter and we posted on Instagram. So we've gone through and we've picked someone from each platform. So we've decided to give a place in Client Quest, and then also we're going to give a whole frame workshop, which is crafting visual essays by Joe Donaldson. So I picked each whole frame workshop, so I hope you like them, because I was like, I want this one and this one and this one to give away, because I thought they were the coolest, or the most relevant to Motion Hatch, I guess. So yeah, crafting visual essays looks really cool, so I'm excited about that. So the person, we don't have a drum roll or anything. Client Quest, a place in our course, Client Quest, is, you ready? I feel like we're ahead
I'm
of
still
everyone,
going.
so they're not
I'm
like...
still going.
Yeah. So the winner of Client Quest is Ashley Robinson.
Hey, congratulations.
Well done to Ashley. So if you email hello@motionhatch.com, we will get you signed up there. So well done. And thank you for sharing. Cool. And then the second winner from our already giveaway that we did previous to this live, are we doing another one for the whole frame workshop? Drum roll.
Here we go.
Everyone's saying drum roll in the chat. Is Cash Design. I think he's called Jacob Reish. Jacob Reish. I don't know whether he's
Oh
here,
yeah,
hopefully.
I know him.
Yeah, so he gets crafting visual essays by Joe Donaldson. Woo! And Joe is also awesome, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Sweet. So there's some prizes given away.
Well done.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So the next prize that we're going to give away is Developing Your Inner Voice Through Personal Projects by Klim Studio, which also looks like a really incredible whole frame workshop. So we're going to give that away to the person who is the most engaged in the chat. So I'm going to make Brendan pick this, because he's obviously got his eye on the chat more.
We're about to get a flood of comments in the chat.
Yeah, no, so he's going to pick that at the end of this live, so in about half an hour. So make sure you stick around to the end and you engage with us, and don't just spam in the chat. You've got to like put like meaningful, valuable stuff in there, and like help other people, things like that. Like we're not going to pick the spammiest person. We're going to pick the most helpful, cool person. I don't know what that means, but yeah. I'm trying to be like as fair as I possibly can be. So Rose says he's sticking around. Cool. So also, just as a reminder, I want to hear from you about some topic ideas that you have for the Motion Hatch YouTube channel, stuff that you want me to cover on the channel. So make sure you're putting them in the chat as well, because we're going to save them all and we're going to make them for you. So, another reason to subscribe. And whoever comes up with the best topic idea is going to win another whole frame workshop, which I can't what's it called? Oh yeah, The Curious Craft of Demo Reel Titles by Sakani Suleiman. Because I was like, demo reel titles are really hard, aren't they? When you're trying to do a show reel title and you're like...
I mean, mine just says demo reel 2018. That's the last one I made.
Yeah, that's terrible. See, like,
it's
you should
bad.
definitely do The Curious Craft of Demo Reel Titles by Sakani.
I need to win this. I should
Suleiman.
get in the chat.
Yeah, you need to come up with the best topic idea. I don't think that you can win because you're the co-host. So.
I don't think so.
Just saying. I think
Kyle, hook me up.
yeah. I know that Kyle can win either because he works for School of Motion, so I feel like that would be a bit, just saying. So Brendan, don't pick Kyle either. It's good because Brendan doesn't really know who anyone is in the motion design industry, so he's like the most unbiased person here, so that's good.
Yep.
And then as a reminder, our other prizes are going to be for a random commenter on our 3 videos that we put out today. So we're going to announce that in the YouTube community on Monday, and also the best social share before Monday is going to win a pro subscription to the Calvary app. So make sure you're sharing and commenting on our videos for a chance to win those as well. So we'll do most engaged and best topic at the end of the live, I think. Cool. And then we'll do the other ones on Monday. So still loads of prizes to be won. I feel like I'm on a game show.
Yeah.
Like
and it sounded like you had a tongue twister there. I don't know how you said best social share. Oh.
Best social share. Yeah, don't think
it's
about it.
really hard for me to say.
Because I'm gonna, get confused and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so let's see what's going on in the chat, because I feel like I like to So Jen's got a topic idea. So how to schedule and prioritize the time between projects as a freelancer. So
Mm.
education, networking, taking time off, creating new content. I mean, like, as just a quick um thing, I mean, we could try and like answer a little bit
Yeah,
quickly. That might be fun.
sure.
So, yeah, so I think like scheduling and prioritizing time off between projects. I think one thing I would say is obviously scheduling in is a big thing. And then two
Yep.
is making sure that you're making enough money and you're saving enough so that when you get to that time, you don't feel like you have to take on projects and you feel like you can say no. I feel like that would be my biggest tips. What about you, Jake? Do you have any tips for
Yeah,
that?
well, I mean, mine might be slightly non-traditional since I already touched on this a little bit, but I once I started teaching, my freelance and um, teaching kind of like started with Skillshare down at the bottom and freelance at the top as in terms of the income that I was making. But as I grew my audience on Skillshare and I posted more and more classes, it kind of balanced out, and then eventually it started making more. And so I actually stopped freelancing. I knew what I was working towards. My ultimate goal was having as much time to myself and my family as possible. So I just worked as hard as I could towards that goal of freeing myself from as much requirement to other people as possible. I actually do have one freelance client that I work for right now because of the situation that I'm in with them. The relationship I have with them is fantastic. The work is easy, and they love what I do. Um, and it's a very flexible schedule. But that's kind of what I've worked towards with everything. So my encouragement would be to kind of write down even what you want out of your career, whether the career itself is what's most important to you, or if you want to have a family, if you have a family, if time with them is what's most important to you, if you want to buy a Tesla, like whatever it is, set that goal. Like we were talking about the silver play buttons. That's our goal currently, you and me, Haley. But like have a goal and work towards that. So if you want to be making that work life balance more balanced, then work towards getting clients that are going to be more flexible, maybe pay more, figure out whatever you need to do to find those clients and to make yourself more desirable to them. And I know these are all very general tips, but I think that if you're not actively trying to work towards what you want, then it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think definitely setting goals is something that I'm really passionate about, and having accountability as well. I mean, that's we put that in all of our courses, and obviously we have a mastermind program which is big on accountability. The whole thing about it is accountability. Basically, you meet with other motion designers every week, talk about your goals, and set smart goals, and then meet with your mentor and for 8 weeks, and then yeah, they help to hold you accountable. So I think it's really, really important. And yeah, I'm a big fan of goal setting, and I'm always that's why I'm like working with people on a lot in our accelerator program and stuff like that. Is making the quarterly goals and then breaking them down into monthly goals and then breaking them down into weekly goals and then breaking them down
Yeah.
into daily goals because it's so hard. It's really hard actually to do that for yourself, I think. And because I always find that when you're trying to do that yourself as well, you sort of don't know which goal is the priority almost sometimes as well. I don't know whether you find that too.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially in my case, because I just started this YouTube venture and it's like, how do I balance the all the different places that I'm teaching, and prioritize time while also running my daughter to gymnastics or dance class or picking my son up from school. And it's just like, yeah, it's way too hard to just keep all this stuff in your head. Like writing things down and planning things out, setting those goals and working towards them is the only way I'm going to make any kind of progress because I'm pulled in so many different directions. And that's the way that I want it. I want to be able to, at the drop of a hat, say, you know what, I'm going to go get lunch and pick it back up on YouTube this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I that's part of why I stopped freelancing was because I didn't want to have these hard deadlines anymore. That being said, I still try to set my own deadlines and work towards them, but it's something that I'm much more flexible about, and the goal setting and the the planning process is much more just to keep me on track, without having any of these, really hard deadlines that I have to worry about if I miss,
Yeah, yeah, totally. Um, oh, my page has become unresponsive. Hopefully, I can still
Uh-oh.
see everybody. Hopefully, you can still see us. I think it's fine. I can't see the chat now, so sorry everybody if you're trying to chat, but hopefully Brendan can. That's why I keep looking down. I'm like actually looking at my phone and Brendan's chatting to me on my phone. So if anyone thinks I'm like not listening, it's because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Um, yeah, so we're basically trying to devise who the prize winners are on chat. He's telling me what's going on in the chat. So Brendan's all over it, so he can see what you're saying in the
Yep.
chat, but currently I can't. I know that you can, Jake.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it too.
Oh, okay, good. Good. Awesome. Yeah, so are there any more questions or anything in the chat that maybe we could help people answer?
There's a lot of chat going on. Let me see if I can find a question.
Yeah,
Um,
so I mean, while you're looking at that, I can tell people what's coming up on the
yeah.
Motion Hatch channel, and maybe you can tell them what's coming up on your channel later. So yeah, so coming up on the Motion Hatch channel, we have a client horror stories, how to communicate with clients video next week, and then I think we have a video about how to raise your rates. A video coming up about the top 7 mistakes that motion designers make, because everyone needs to know the mistakes so that you don't make them. So I think that's going to be a really good one. I'll give you a quick tip from that one right now because it comes up a lot. Is one really big mistake that I see everyone make is they don't put their contact details clearly enough on their website. So go and open your website and go and say, if I was someone and I didn't know where my contact details were, I was a producer or something, could I find them easily? Because they do put them on, but they kind of bury their email in the about section somewhere, and it's not that clear. So I think the best thing to do is to put your contact page in the top right. I can't tell my left from my right very well, so I'm like, am I saying that right? I'm like this, like right in the top right, because that's usually where the biggest call to action button is. So people are kind of used to
Right.
going up there to find what they need. So I would put a contact page in the top right, and then at the top of the contact page, I would put your email and then a contact form as well. Because some people like contact forms and some people like to just email you directly. So why not give them both options? So that's my top
That's a
tip.
great tip.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I just have a contact form. Of course, I'm not actively looking for people to email me, so
Yeah, you're trying to hide it. You're like, oh,
yeah.
trying to hide that email in there.
Jeff in the chat did have an interesting question.
Yeah.
I think this came in while I was talking about my stuff, but he said that he noticed a trend for artists in general, that it seems like they're trying to create more passive income streams and less freelance.
Mm-hmm.
And his question is, are designers burning out? And I'll give my little 2 cents on that at first. And I don't know that I would say that I burned out. I was just much more enticed by the idea of working for myself than working for someone else. So when I started my career, I was working at a production company and I was working for my boss, and I had no say in the projects I would work on. I had no real say in what I got to do on those projects. So I started freelancing on nights and weekends, and then eventually had enough freelance that I could quit my job. And at the same time, I was teaching on Skillshare. And I already talked about how eventually freelance and Skillshare swapped. And I was teaching full time at that point. And I had that same kind of click in my head of, why am I working for my boss when I could be working for my own clients, like my boss's clients, when I could be working for my own clients. And then after I started having all this passive income, an enticing deal to me where I can make whatever I want and post it to YouTube or Skillshare, and I enjoy it. Other people are enjoying it, and I'm able to be paid in a way that continues to earn me money rather than just packaged freelance gigs. So in my mind, it's a better deal. Like I love this, and everything that comes with being my own boss much more than working for other people. And that, I mean, there is a trade-off of like I'm not doing big projects anymore where, I can say, hey, go watch this documentary on Netflix because I did graphics for it. Like that doesn't happen anymore. But I kind of feel like I had some of those moments throughout my career before teaching, and that was fun. I'm glad it happened, but that's not what is going to fulfill me anymore. Moving forward, being able to be creative and just make things that I'm excited about and see how other people are learning from it is way more rewarding. And it frees me up to spend time with my wife and my kids. And that's my ultimate goal. I think I've said that like 3 times on this stream already, but that's my opinion on the whole passive income versus freelance.
Yeah, definitely. I think I agree with you. I would say like one thing is with passive income, and I did a whole workshop on this actually a little while
Yeah.
ago. It always like sounds much easier than it is, and I think it is doable, but it is quite difficult. And passive income isn't really passive. Like it's like you build something and then usually you work hard to market it as well, so it's like
Yeah.
even after you've built it, you're probably still marketing it. So therefore, you're still working in some capacity. And obviously, you can do different things like delegate and automate things to help you and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think my opinion is of the same thing as you, Jake, where the reason that I'm doing this is because, I really wanted to help motion designers with the business side of things. I didn't see anyone doing that in 2017 when I started. And I was like, oh, someone should like make a website to help with that or something. And it took me a while to
Yeah.
think like, oh, maybe I could help. Um,
Right.
so yeah, and then it even took me a while to think like, oh, this could be like my full-time job, and then a while to be like, oh, I could like maybe employ other people and stuff like that too. You know what I mean? So it kind of feels like the benefits of it grow. So like to start with, you're like, okay, we're like helping the motion designers in the industry and stuff like that, which obviously we still are, and I'm still really passionate about that. But then it's like,
Hmm.
oh, actually, now I could like build a cool company with a cool culture too that could also employ the people. Like that would also be like a really cool, awesome thing to do on top of the mission of helping motion designers with their business. So it's like you
Right.
kind of get extra layers of stuff like after a while. But
Yeah.
yeah,
More and more doors open and more possibilities come out of the venture.
definitely, but it's definitely not easy and it's definitely hard, but it's something that I want to teach people more about. I want to teach people about how to make YouTube channels, how to do podcasting, how to build like online products, like that kind of thing. I've learned a lot about that in the past 4 years, and I'd love to teach other people as well. I think it's really fun, and it's definitely something that's changed my life and hopefully other people's lives too by me doing this, some of our students and that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, Ashley says, I genuinely don't think I would have had the confidence to go freelance without Motion Hatch. Thanks, Ashley.
That's awesome.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I keep just catching the odd comments, so sorry everyone else who's probably saying loads of good comments, but it's kind of going a bit off and on. My comment, my chat, my chat's going a bit on and off. But yeah, thank you everyone. I've seen so many good topic ideas. It's been like really, really amazing. Maybe we should. Oh yeah, Brendan's just telling me in the Slack as well, like some good things that people are saying. So thank you, Brendan. Yeah, so maybe we could announce some more prizes because everyone likes
Ooh.
some prizes. So I think we had. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting the prizes right here, everybody. So
Sure.
let me go. It's live. It's live. It's
It's live.
fine. Um, cool. Okay. So yeah, maybe Brendan, maybe clarify to me who we said the prizes were for, because now I've lost your message with all the other good stuff that you're saying to me. So yeah. So thanks everybody for all the great topic ideas. I really appreciate that, and we will definitely get on making them for you. So do make sure you subscribe. And yeah, so do you want to tell everybody do you know what your YouTube is too, so they can hop over to your tube.
YouTube tube. Yeah, my tube.
What's your tube?
My my tube is just youtube.com/Jake in Motion, and that'll take you to me. Um, don't
Awesome.
search Jake Bartlett on YouTube. You'll find my old channel.
Okay, cool.
It'll be buried, but I've Andrew Marston in the chat. He found that my old channel, and there's just some silly stuff there. But you can see my first demo reel if you really want to see it. It's about, I think, 19 seconds long. So there's a little fun YouTube search you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like everyone's already on the Motion Hatch YouTube channel, so just hit that subscribe
True, yeah.
button.
Hit that subscribe button, guys.
Yeah.
Click the thumbs up. Smash the like button.
Yeah, do all the things. The bell. Don't forget the notification bell, Jake. Come on.
I still have not told my audience to ring the bell.
Oh, no,
I
I
can't.
did.
I
Well, actually, go and watch the pricing video, everyone, and see if you can see my little mistake that I made around the notification bell.
Oh.
There's a little Easter egg for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. Brendan's giving me the prize people. So, yes. So we have the best topic prize, and that was, I'm trying to read what the prize was. Yeah, so the best, it was for the Curious Craft of Demo Reel Titles by Sakani Suleiman. And the best topic idea we thought was from Roj the Goat. And we're going to give him the Curious Craft of Demo Reels Titles by Sakani Suleiman for the, I think it was, I don't know, I have the whole one here in front of me, but I think it was talking about mental health. So doing something about mental health on the channel, which I think is a great topic idea. So thank you very much.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
So, yes, congratulations. Olamide, I think, is your real name, but he has a good YouTube channel called Roj the Goat, so you should all go and check that out as well. And then our other prize for the most engaged person in the chat, who will win Developing Your Inner Voice Through Personal Projects by Klim Studio. They should call these like shorter things, I feel like. Note to School of Motion. So I'm having too much fun. So the winner of that one is, come on, do it again, the really crap drum roll.
Yep.
Is Jen Van Horn for being the most engaging in the chat. Woo!
I had a feeling she was gonna win that one.
Yeah, she was going for it. She was going for it in the chat. So thanks, Jen, and thanks, Roj. We appreciate you. Please email us at hello@motionhatch.com and we will give you your prizes. Yay! So we've given away all 3 whole frame workshops, which is awesome, to Ashley.
Valued at $1 million.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're valued, but they're pretty cool. So you should all go and check them out anyway. To Cash, Jen, and Roj, and we've also given a client quest to Ashley. So congrats everybody on that. And remember, even though we're like almost getting to the end of the live stream, remember that you can still win 2 prizes. So you can still win a place in our course Client Quest. So if you want to go and check it out, you can go to motionhatch.com/client quest to see what that's all about there. Basically, we help you to get regular high-paying clients. So who doesn't want that? So basically what you have to do to win that is you have to go and watch all of our 3 new YouTube videos, and you have to comment below them, and then we'll put everybody in a big hat, basically. A virtual hat, because I'm not actually going to print everyone off. That would be silly. We'll put you in a big virtual hat, and then we'll pick one winner randomly from that. So if you want to win Client Quest, then go and comment and put, good comments. Like we don't want spam here. We won't put you in the hat if you're just spamming. You have to put a nice comment. And I think to make it fair, we'll probably just put 1 per person or whatever. And then what we'll do also is for the Pro Cavalry subscription, we're going to do the best social share before Monday. So basically, if you share something about maybe this live or maybe our live launch or one of our videos, be creative with how you do that, and we'll pick the one that we like the best. So maybe Jake and I can look at them all.
Yeah.
I'm giving like Jake a weekend job. I'm like, here you go. You can look at all the Motion Hatch social. No, we'll confirm. We'll like confer with each other and we'll pick the best one. So make sure you're sharing about our live launch and all of our videos and stuff like that. I feel like I want to, probably gonna go with something like the most inventive or the most creative or something like that. Just whatever you
Yeah.
think is the best. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so there's still 2 prizes. So remember, a random commenter on one of our videos, you're going to win Client Quest before Monday. We'll put it in our YouTube community. We'll do an announcement, and also the best social share before Monday will win the Calvary Pro subscription. So yeah.
Perfect.
Whoa, maybe next time I won't do as many prizes because I feel like it was quite hard work, to be honest. But, I want to give everyone so much value. I'm like, let's have all the prizes
Yeah.
on this
It's
stream.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It gives us something to talk about. Cool. So, well,
Here, let me ask you a question.
yeah, go on.
This just popped in my head. I've never known and never asked you, where did the name Motion Hatch come from?
Oh, yeah. So the classic name story. Thank you for asking me that, Jake.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think it like came from anywhere. I feel like it was 4 years ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. But I
Yeah.
think I remember just writing like a load of things down, as you do when you're trying to come up with a name for something, and thinking like, what sounds like it isn't terrible, basically. And I do remember one thing. I was thinking about, should this be for more than just motion designers? Because obviously, a lot of things that I teach are applicable to like illustrators and graphic designers and stuff too. But,
Right.
obviously, I was a motion designer for 10 years. So I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and stuff from this industry in particular. So I remember there was like a time when it was called like Creative Hatch. And I was like, ooh,
Okay.
Creative
Yeah.
Hatch. But then I was like, Motion Hatch kind of sounds a bit cooler, I guess. And the hatch
Cool.
idea is, I feel like you can kind of do it in a few ways. So it's like that I call everyone my hatchlings, which
Right.
some people love.
Yep.
Once I'll tell you a little behind the scenes story. When I met people at NAB,
Mhm.
he came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm a hatchling," and I was like,
No
yeah.
kidding.
And now he's much more famous than he was then. But I mean, he's still pretty famous. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, so
I had
yeah,
a I
that's my
sorry.
best hatchling story. And then the other way is where you go to get information. So you kind of go to the hatch to get information, but
Okay, yeah.
also that you're like hatching into your motion design career or into your freelance career as well. So that's the kind of two meanings that are sort of behind Motion Hatch.
Very cool. That makes sense. I like it. Um, I feel like Beeple's become such a big deal now that if anyone has a story that involves him, like you've instantly got like street cred. But before Beeple, I mean, he was already Beeple, but before he's like now Beeple, he actually called me. We connected on Instagram, and he wanted to have a phone call to talk about Skillshare, and I was pushing him hard to teach on Skillshare, and man, did he miss out on that opportunity.
That's so funny. I'm guessing that was before the NFT vibe.
Yeah, yeah, I bet he's really kicking himself for not teaching Skillshare classes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but no, I mean I totally, he's even in my channel trailer, so I'm like I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I'm unshamedly
Oh,
like going for it with that.
absolutely.
Because I've just got this like really, you're in it too though, right next to him,
I
so
saw. Yeah, yeah.
but I just got this really good clip when he said to me at NAB, because I was asking him lots of questions for an interview, and I was saying, um, what's your best tip for NAB? I think you might remember me asking you as well, like, what's your best tip for NAB? NAB, if anyone doesn't know, is a big, massive conference in Las Vegas, and he was like saying something like, "Oh, I don't know, what's your tip? Like, tell me your tip." And then I told him my tip, and he was like, "Okay, that's my tip," and he just like took my tip, and I was
You just
like,
stole it. Yeah.
"Okay, fine."
Yep.
So yeah,
Classic.
there you go. Classic people. I like it how
Yep.
he just gets in into everything, like without even
Hmm.
being here.
Yeah.
Just gets himself into everything. Can't remember why it came up now. Oh yeah, I brought it up. It's my fault.
You
Okay.
brought it. Yeah, it's your fault.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. Okay. Well, I feel like we're like, we're getting slowly to the end of this one. So if anyone has any last questions they want to ask us or anything like that before we wrap this lovely live stream up, I mean, I've had a great time. Someone said my image is frozen, but I feel like it might unfreeze because I can see that it's
Yeah.
unfrozen now. So
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream. You're good.
yeah, so Brendan says, have you watched our channel trailer yet? So you can drop us a like on the channel trailer video,
Yeah.
I guess that's because we were saying Beeple, isn't it? So, if you want to go and see that clip, if you care about Beeple, go and watch our channel trailer.
Somebody, let me see. Somebody, DJ Summit, he called him Preeple at that point. That was Preeple.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, but that's the thing, is that he was already prolific before he became a multimillionaire. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you, Rose, for saying it was a great stream. Now you are late, but don't worry because you can watch a replay of this live stream. We'll have it on YouTube. And yeah, thanks everybody for joining us today. And I hope that you've enjoyed all the videos on our channel. And I want to thank Jake as well for being so awesome and co-hosting this with me. And
it's been fun.
and
Thank you for having me.
yeah, and trying to match your background to my background
Yeah, I tried
somehow.
my best.
Try to get the motion hatch colors in there. I like it. So Jen, I feel like this is a nice question to end on. So Jen says, is there an upcoming topic for the YouTube channel that you're excited about that hasn't been announced yet? Yes, there's one. So I interviewed, I don't know how many people, quite a lot of people, and I'm still interviewing them about how motion designers make over 100K a year, which I think that's pretty exciting. So
Very
yeah,
interesting.
so it's some really good tips in there, and they're not necessarily all about making money. And I think it's a really good video, so I'm excited about that.
Excellent.
So cool, awesome. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this one up because we're almost at the top of the hour, and I feel like we did some. We've been here for a while. We did some good stuff. We gave away some things. I don't really have an ending with this. I'm just like, when's it ending?
There's no real
No one
good way
knows.
to end a live stream.
Yeah. No, but basically, what we want you to do is go and subscribe to Motion Hatch and go and subscribe to Jake's channel, Jake in Motion. And so you can see more of our faces and learn more about awesome motion design stuff, like the business side of motion design here, Motion Hatch. And Jake's, what are you doing again? Teaching every single
Just
After Effects
every effect in After Effects. I'm halfway through, so keep coming back every morning, have some coffee, and watch another video.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. You've got all the content here on YouTube. So thank you so much, everybody. I mean, I really appreciate it. And I'm kind of like really overwhelmed and excited by the amount of people that showed up live. And I hope you all enjoy the videos. And remember that you need to do a share, a social share, because we're going to pick the best social share on Monday. So you need to share this. I would suggest that you share one of the videos from the channel. So maybe not this one, but maybe share one of the 10-minute videos that we put up today and do something creative with it. And we'll pick the best winner. And then also we will pick a winner. What was the other one for, Jake? I can't remember now. I've totally forgotten. Oh yeah, no, I remember. The commenter, the best. So you need to comment on all of the videos that we put out to get today. So remember, there's a pricing guide one, and then there's a manage your motion design projects one, and then the last one is with Brad Hussey talking about productized services. So do go and check out those videos. I'd love to know what you think of them, like genuinely. Would love to know what you think. And yeah, I can't wait to see you all around here a lot more. And I'm excited about this channel.
Congratulations, Haley.
Thank you. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up now. So thanks, everyone. And thanks so much, Jake, as well. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you all. See you later.